back to the Metal Hand of God podcast. I am your host, Wayne, and joining me, as always, is this beautiful, lovely man.
The Rum Guy!
That's right, the Rum Guy is here, and joining us as being the most happiest guy I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah! No, it's cool. I'm really happy. How y'all doing?
I don't think they're going to answer you, man.
I
know, it's because they don't answer us. They never answer us back. Fucking assholes.
Well, how you doing?
I'm okay, man. I'm okay. I had an interesting day today so far. Had to help with a photo shoot with my wife. My son and my nephew were taking Christmas pictures, and they were a pain in the ass. So I had to help with that, and then after that, I had to take little man to the doctor, which was chaos because he was not having it, like, at all.
Everything okay?
Yeah, he woke up this morning with a little discharge in his eye, and I was worried that he might be getting pink eye. So I was kind of like, okay, well, we need to take him in as soon as possible to make sure that's not happening. So, and no, he has no pink eye, although he does have a pain in the ass because I spanked him.
Well, hey, that's how you do it. That's the damn thing to do.
You know, I mean, he was just, man, it's just not easy to handle. He was going crazy, jumping all over the place.
You know, you got to do that. You want to cry? I'll give you something to cry about. Thing. Every once in a while.
Of course. And then we ate his favorite place to eat, and that would be Chick-fil-A.
Oh, cool. He likes the cows.
Yeah, he does. He actually enjoys himself.
That's cool. Me, I didn't have anything that exciting. I just did normal daytime doctor shit, and I got back from that trip, which turned out pretty good. And
yeah, that's great. I'm glad you had a good time, man.
Apparently we all need to go to North Carolina and drink ourselves stupid because that's what those people do. There's so many freaking breweries and wineries, and it was crazy. And I went to the Biltmore Estate.
Nice.
The Biltmore Village was there, and it was gorgeous.
Was it built more than normal?
Oh my God, this thing it's bigger than Windsor Palace.
Jesus Christ, man, that's huge.
It was built by the Vanderbilt family.
You must have said the word "built" like 20 times.
At least built, yes.
I was like the last show with Goiter.
It's hugely built. Yes, it was the Goiter show. But yeah, it was really awesome, man. The mountains, some of the mountains still just had snow on them. It actually snowed when we left, just like little light snow.
That's awesome.
And freaking amazing, man. Absolutely
very cool. Very cool.
Then I came back here to the freaking island, and it's just beach.
Yeah. I mean, it's always that way, though. When you leave the vacation, it's amazing, it's fun, it's having a good time. And then when you come back home, you're like, I'm back here.
Yep. Sit in my same spot. Eat my same food, watch the same repeat, you know.
Yep, I completely understand, man. Totally.
Man, what happened? Remember when you used to go on trips when you were young? Everything was exciting. It was a new adventure. You know, and it didn't matter if you came back. You didn't want to come back, but when you got back, you were just really into it. You just didn't let it die.
That's because we're
old. You walk in the door and you go, ugh.
It's because we're old, man. It's all there is to it. Like, you know, we when we're younger, we don't have any kind of responsibilities, I guess you can say. Like, you can go to a trip and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, woo, you know, go all over the fucking place and do all your stuff, come back home and you're like, fuck yeah, woo. No, not anymore. Now you're like, fuck, I gotta go pay bills again.
Yeah, that's what it was fuck yeah, woo, how do I pay for it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh man, I just went to this trip, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, man. I spent so much money I didn't have. It was ridiculous. I mean, I was just buying shit. You know, I walked into one of the pet stores, had my dog with me, old Nikolai.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is an awesome dog harness. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's padded. It won't, you know, I'm trying it on him. Everything's working great. I looked at the price. It was $59. I'm like, for a dog harness, fucking A, yeah, I'm going to get this. And I walked out the store and my dog looked at me like, why the fuck did you buy a $59 dog harness?
Yeah. I was going to ask you that. I mean, it's nice. I'm sure it's really comfortable.
Oh, it didn't stop there. We went to another store. I bought him 2 sweaters, got him a t-shirt.
I did see the pajamas.
You got the pajamas.
Pajamas were awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, right now I'm working for Christmas. I want to get him a little red and white Adidas tracksuit.
Oh, beautiful. I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to get him a little gold chain so he can wear it around.
Perfect.
Yeah. A little Russian mobster dog.
That's fucking funny, dude. Yeah, you should do that. Really, really, really do that because that'd be incredible. That'd be a great picture.
Yeah, and funny enough, all these, it's a lot of people do this. They put their dogs or their cats and stuff on Facebook and stuff like that, right? Well, Amy's got him on Instagram, right? So
Oh yeah.
there's all these pictures of Nikolai on Instagram. So we're going we're going out today to do some errands, and she gets a thing on her phone. It's like, oh, Instagram thing. What is this? And it was a company who followed her on Instagram because of all the pictures of Nikolai and all the clothes and all the stuff. And they're like, they want him to be to submit, she wants her to submit 3 new photos of him in different outfits, and want him to be, if he's selected, there's only one other dog they're considering besides Nikolai, as part of their new ad campaign.
That's amazing.
I'm like, the dog gets a break and I can't get shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty funny, dude. That's actually cool, though. That's a cool idea.
It is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, he'll be, it's for a national brand, and he'll be on TV and news ads and all sorts of stuff.
Very, very cool.
So hopefully that goes well for him. Maybe it'll pay his way through college.
Yeah, right? Fuck.
Yeah. Fucking, I can't get shit. Dog gets a goddamn modeling job.
Yeah, I wish my kid would get one of those so he could pay for something.
Yeah, goddamn freeloader.
That's what I'm fucking saying. Jesus Christ.
They're just, little kids and old people. Same thing.
Right? Right? So that must mean he's bitching about us.
Yeah, somewhere in Babyland.
In baby world, he talks really well for fucking 2 years. Actually, it was funny because when we went to the doctor was like, man, he's got a big vocabulary. I said, yeah, no. And she laughed at me and said, what's wrong? I said, because he don't shut up. I mean, what the hell you want me to do? So yeah, he's got a huge vocabulary. He told my boss what an excavator was, and my boss was like,
Isn't that a indigenous Darth Vader person from Alaska?
Yeah, exactly. And he said, I didn't know what an excavator was till last year. This kid's 2 years old. He knows what an excavator is already. That's some fucked up shit. I was like, yeah, I know.
Thank you, Bob the Builder.
No, actually, no. We have to go with Blippi on that one.
What the fuck is a Blippi?
Oh, Blippi's the guy he watches on YouTube. You should check him out.
Oh, no, I'm not checking that guy out.
Why?
I know what you're talking about, because he's retarded.
He's awesome, dude. He actually really is. He's not a fucking crazy person. Like, Adam always said that he was a child molester, and I'm like, the guy's not a child molester. He's a fucking...
He looks like a creeper.
Yeah, but actually I've seen him without, out doing the show. And
he's sitting in his van.
He's a normal dude. Normal everyday guy, man.
Sitting outside of elementary school. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, Mr. I watch Disney Channel. Shut the fuck up.
I just need to relate to I need to relate to people, so I watch Disney Channel.
Right, I understand. Yeah, relate to people. 12-year-old girls.
Hey, they need conversations too.
Oh, shit. No, so that's where he learned his stuff. He learns it from there. He learns it from maybe some Peppa Pig, Oh, I should say it's Peppa Pig. Sorry.
Peppa Pig. Apparently, yeah, you're not gangsta enough with your pepper.
Yeah, it's not ER, it's A.
Yeah, I don't know what kids watch. I was surprised I was watching the Macy's Day Parade and fucking Sesame Street was still on.
Right? I watched that too, man. We watched it and I'm sitting there going,
I don't know any of these people. Except for the one dude, the shopkeeper guy, the Latin guy. He was on the float.
He's the only one left. The rest of them are dead.
Wow.
But what amazed me was that Gordon, the bald-headed black gentleman who was on that show,
I remember him. Yeah,
was on that show till like 2 years ago, and he still looked exactly the fucking same.
Well, yeah,
But he was on that show when I was fucking like 2. I mean, goddamn, how old is this motherfucker? 900?
Well, his first big break was on a box of rice.
Uncle Ben's, you fucking idiot. You're a fucking fool, man.
Oh, that was funny. Come on now, that was funny.
Yeah. That was pretty fucking funny. I give you that. Oh man.
But yeah, it was just really weird to see all that kid stuff, and I was like, man, I can't believe that some of this stuff is still on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good because it I guess it helped us. I don't know. I watched it when I was a kid.
Oh, it helped us out a lot, man. It taught us things. It's just we were just that we're just kind of retarded, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Before we get in deeper into the show, I just wanted to say that I've mentioned this already once on the show. I don't think you were on the episode. I'm not really sure if you were on the episode or not. But just to give everybody a reminder that Billy Pond, our friend who does horror movies, who did Circus of the Dead, and is working on a few other things.
Doll Boy.
He is in need of help, and if any of you people out there can donate, that'd be fantastic. He has suffered from stage 4 lymphoma cancer. I think it's lymphoma. And he is fighting for his life, basically, and he needs all the help he can get. There's a Kickstarter on Facebook right now. I've posted a bunch of times. The site's posted a few times. So if you guys can help him out, he would be really appreciated. The outcome looks good. The doctors did say that it is possible for him to beat this. So he is fighting for everything he's got, and every little bit helps. So if any of you guys want to be out there and help him out, that would be gratefully, that'd be great. Be fantastic. Yeah. He's a really good dude. He's done a lot. He helped us a lot. He's just an awesome person. So if you guys can help him out, that'd be great.
Yeah, and definitely go if you're not familiar with Billy Pond, and you are a fan of the horror genre movies. He's a good director. He really is, and his product is amazing. You need to check it out. So we've talked about it. We've interviewed him on previous shows. I'm sure if you go back through the archive, you can find one for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely check out his work and get to know the humor and the man as well when you hear those interviews. They're rather funny.
Yeah, just remember he likes crunchy peanut butter.
Crunchy peanut butter.
That's right. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there because he needs all the help he can get. So I just wanted to see, I'll plug it every once in a while until But yeah, man. So enough of that. Let's go into some other things. I just found out that Adult Swim, I think it was Adult Swim, just announced that they're going to do a. Yeah, it is Adult Swim. It's Adult Swim. They're going to do a fucking. Oh goddamn! What's the name of the Blade Runner animated show? Weird.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's a fucked up movie to turn into an animated show.
Yeah. I could kind of see it because it was basically a 1940s detective type style set in the future. He was a detective. He was trying to lock down the mystery of what was going on here. So I could see that as kind of a animated series.
It was Fifth Element before Fifth Element.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great analogy to that. It was Fifth Element.
But it's a fucking fantastic movie, though. I loved it.
Yeah. The second one was different.
I never saw the new one.
The new one. Yeah.
I mean, was it good?
I don't know what. You know what? It was.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. If you did not see the original Blade Runner, this one would make no sense to you.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I figured that. I mean, it's hard to watch. The first Blade Runner is kind of fucked up. So.
Yeah, they hinted about things that happened in the original so much that it took control of certain scenes that you're like, I watched, because I watched the original numerous times. I actually had the Blade Runner video game back in the day.
Oh, me too, man.
But they were talking. I'm watching the new one, going, oh shit! Now I'm gonna go watch the first one again because I don't remember what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like look at a movie that's like 40 years old and go, okay, I need to watch that again because the new one is fucking referencing things that I should know, but I haven't watched the movie in 20 years.
Right, and they did it so that it was such. There were scenes, and it was the old scenes were remastered to match almost the quality of the new movie. Because you're talking 40 years of technology and difference here. But they would overlap certain things, so it was like a modern deja vu for the person who's looking and is like, "What the fuck is this?" Oh, that's from the old movie. Oh, okay. Well, what is that in reference to? And why is we spent 15 minutes on it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so you really, I think it was a quality movie that needed a bit more explaining. You know, they could have made it, I think, a bit more detached. Not detached, that's the wrong word. A bit more on, I don't know.
Just
a little bit more standoffish than the original. So
Right.
you could watch it as a new movie, you know,
Right,
and
right.
go, oh, I need to watch the new one, the old one now because I really like the second one. No, this is shit. I should have watched the first one before I watched this.
Yeah, I understand completely because there's several movies that do that shit to me. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to watch. I forget so much stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still need to watch that film. I'd like to see it. I haven't watched it, and I'm kind of interested in seeing what they're going to do with the animated stuff. I mean, I don't know if they're going to push the envelope like the movies did because I mean that shit was fucking weird back then.
I heard the animation is strangely going to be similar. This is just what I understood. I saw a little thing on it. That what they saw of the animation right now, some sketches, is going to look a little bit on the same lines as the animated Batman series.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll be all right with that. I would prefer if they would have went more along the lines of like the heavy metal anime style because I think that would really suit the genre more than the Batman animated series. But I'm okay with that. I really dig that animation.
You know, those on the facial features, those sharp pointy chins, and very, you know, that sort of thing. So
we also are going to get not to cut you off, but we're also going to get a new Star Wars animated show too. I don't know if you saw that floating around, and it looks like it's going to be the original trilogy animated stuff. So I don't know where that's going to go. I didn't really read too much on it. I just saw that's coming.
Have you ever seen a franchise milked more than Star Wars?
No, and it's sad because I knew as soon as he sold that to Disney that I knew it was going to be ran into the ground.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it's going to be too far in the future that you're going to see a complete remake of the original movie.
I hope not.
I bet you anything that it'll eventually happen.
You don't have to bet. I'm pretty sure there will be. I guarantee within the next, like as soon as Lucas dies.
Well, I'd say within 5 years you're going to hear something about it.
Oh yeah, there'll be rumors floating around that there's going to be a new a remake of the original trilogy.
Right, and then it'll be, who knows? Knowing the way the movies go, this, you know, it'll go, well, we're going to take it in a different direction. This is a completely different Star Wars universe.
Well, did you? Oh, go ahead. I'm listening.
No, I was going to say it would just be like, you know, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo are gay,
right?
And you know, it's going to be something ridiculous.
And Leia's a transsexual.
Right. Yes, she's actually a dude. She's a shaved Wookiee.
She's actually Luke's brother.
That wanted to be gender switch.
She wanted to be a woman.
Right. So we'll make it more complicated. So it's more identifiable with the modern person.
And Darth Vader is not a guy either.
No, he's going to look more like a Borg.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
No, oh God, I was going to tell you something and I just lost complete track of that after you started talking about transgendered people.
It happens. It confuses me too. Don't get me out.
Just keep talking. I'll eventually get it in my head, I think.
Oh, yes. Talking about Star Wars.
Yes. I got it. Okay, so now there's not much going around about what Episode 9 is going to be, but they are talking about things in Episode 9. Like the second thing I've heard, not the first thing, was that Kylo Ren now has a green saber, which means he will be on the good side of the Force. Which that's rumored to be happening. You know, he's got a green saber, so that's interesting.
Or did he just steal Yoda's gem out of his saber?
I really don't know. I'm just saying that's people were pushing that he's going to be a good guy. Number 2 that I saw, which was actually the first thing I saw, which blew me away, was so they are reeling from the Last Jedi being taken so terrible, like people hated it so much that they're backtracking on this movie. It'll still be part of the movie, you know, it's still there, it's going to be, but the new one is that they are trying to this is what's weird is Matt Smith. Okay, Matt Smith was one of the guys who played
Doctor Who.
Correct. He was the one that you keep saying wore the monocle.
No, he had a cane.
A cane and a monocle. You did say that. He said he reminded you of the Monopoly guy, but skinny.
Yes.
But anyway, he has now been cast in the new Star Wars movie, and he has been cast, rumor has it, as the Emperor. Well, the Emperor has been dead since Jedi.
I was going to say for quite a while.
Yeah, since Jedi. He's been dead. So now what's happening is they're saying that they are actually going to incorporate what they did in, I think it was Rebels, the cartoon, where they invented time travel, and they went back in time and got Palpatine into the future to cause trouble. So if they do that, they're going to wreck the entire series. But
it's gonna be so confusing. The Star Wars universe is like a freaking gunshot pattern anyway. It's all over the place. So if you do that, you just everything that they've done is null and void.
We're correct. So my whole point is that what's going to happen is they're trying to fix what they did with Last Jedi, but what they're really going to do is they're going to destroy the entire like known Star Wars universe. Is going to be garbage.
But financially, that's genius.
Correct.
Because they do that shitty TV show thing that they do where it's all a dream or we're going back in time thing, like you said. But it will doing that would rewrite the timeline.
Yes.
So all of those stories can then be remade, as we said earlier,
and changed.
And there you get the first one all over again, fresh and new with a different direction.
And you also get like different things, like Palpatine will be still alive in the future. You see what I'm saying?
You get another 40 years of products being sold.
Correct. Like the most adored, not adored, but you mean
Jar Jar Binks
villain being between the two is Darth Vader and
Darth Maul.
No, Maul too, but Darth Vader and the Emperor were like the two most, talked about characters in the Star Wars universe besides Darth Maul and Boba Fett. So what can happen now is that they go back in time, get Palpatine and Vader back, and to put them into the future where like now you have Kylo Ren and Rey. Well, they're gonna have to fight those. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of throws like this weird fucking wrench into the whole like mythology of this shit.
But they can also then an easier way of crossing the cartoon and book universe from the movies too. They can bring those Jedis from the Star Wars cartoon that
of course,
a lot of leads in them, and bring them in. So you're going to have a whole different. It's going to be like the Dirty Dozen Jedis,
right? And that's the point, I think.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to just keep going in different directions almost endlessly at that point.
Pretty much. Once you meet time travel, I believe you can pretty much do anything you want after that. And what's really funny to me is that of all people that you cast to play the Emperor, you play the fucking Time Lord, Doctor Who, to play the Emperor. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Matt Smith's going to make a bad Emperor because
he's got similar features. He's just taller.
Right, but what's happening is he's going to play a young Emperor. So they're going back that far in time to bring the young Emperor back, not the one that we all know from the previous movies. Who was the gentleman is still alive. I mean, he played the Emperor in the prequels, and he also played it in several other plays. He also does the voice for it on the cartoon, I believe. So it's kind of I think his last name is McMillan. I forget what his last name is. Max something. Okay. Like his last name, he's I believe he's an Englishman or a Scottish guy, one of the two. But anyway, I could be fucking completely wrong about that too, because I'm not like Adam, who knows every fucking like actor's real name at all. Like
it's more fun when we make up their names.
Right. So his name is. I'm gonna go with his name being Seamus McMillian.
Okay, right. Seamus McMillian.
So Seamus McMillian was the original Emperor.
I like it.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, So yeah, that guy's still alive. So I think he does all the voices and stuff still. But what's crazy is to me is like you're trying to fix something you fucked up, and then you're gonna fuck up this big. Now,
well, we're looking at it as a fuck up. They're looking at it as a golden win, because
I'm looking at it as a fart gas. Is what I'm looking at it.
Because you're looking at it as a fan of Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not looking at it as the money aspect behind it.
And you're not looking at it as the new generation needs to be tapped.
Yeah.
They're looking at it, we're going to create a new generation of fans. The old generations that hate us will die soon. So we're going to need to get the young ones.
Fuck you guys.
Because the young ones know the cartoons more than they know the movies.
True.
Because they watch the cartoons as much as possible.
Well, yeah, they grew up with it. They grew up with the cartoons and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're watching that. They're familiar with those characters through the cartoons, and they look at the movies going, why isn't this here? Why they like young kids don't understand the old universe. So we have to rewrite this script.
No, you don't.
But that's what they're saying. We're going to have to, because these kids, there's no way to get that little kid whose dad and mom aren't into Star Wars, but they are, but only know it by the cartoon. There's no way to get that kid now as interested as these adult fans. They need to pull them, and we need to show them a new direction. We need to stick them on the sliding board and give them a push. And that's what they're thinking. And as they give them a push, every foot down that long sliding board of fandom, they're going to be cashing checks. Pa-ching, 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 pa-ching. Just like watching Sonic the Hedgehog get those gold rings. That's what they're waiting for. So they can go, oh, we're going to cash in on all of this. We're going to cash in on this. And then, there's a saying in Hollywood, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So if they did come out saying, we're rewriting the universe, and everybody's going to go, fuck it, and we're going to make the movie whether you like it or not. They're going to be, oh, we hate you. This sucks. There's going to be trashing all over the internet, but it's a buzz, and it's still going. And then they're going to put the movie out. It's like, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to see it anyway just to tell you how much I hate it.
Well, this is what I'm waiting for, okay? So, Disney owns Star Wars. It owns, Of course, it owns Disney. It owns Marvel.
All the good ones.
It owns something else.
Muppets.
The Muppets. Yeah. I mean, look, it owns everything that my childhood was, pretty much. What I'm waiting for is the giant crossover where they go back in time through whatever, and the Emperor has to fight like Thanos or some shit from Marvel Universe, or Iron Man becomes Boba Fett's brother, or Mickey Mouse is really Jar Jar Binks' uncle. I mean, it's gonna be like this big fucking stupidity. Now that Stan Lee is gone,
right? There's
no cushion for that, at all.
But we could see like the Millennium Falcon chasing, the Star-Lord through the galaxy.
No, that would be really fucking funny. Is like if they did that as like an Easter egg, that'd be fine. I'd be okay with some shit like that, But I don't want it to be like that's exactly what's gonna happen. Like the new Boba Fett's actually going to be Star-Lord. You know what I'm saying?
It kind of bothered me anyway that Guardians of the Galaxy was linked into like the Infinity Wars and stuff like that.
Why?
That bothered me.
It is, though. It actually is in the comic book.
I know, but that still bothers me. I think that property should have been left as it was, because it was like its own entity. It had nothing to do with like X-Men and shit like that.
Well, X-Men's not involved.
It was just, but you know what I mean? Like those type of superheroes. It was like it was, Marvel in space and left it alone. That was very cool.
I get it. It's kind of like if you took Firefly and put it on like that'd be kind of a cool combination too.
Yeah, if you took Firefly and then they abducted Buffy the Vampire Slayer, traced him because it was a vampire planet. I'm like, that was bizarre to me. Don't do that.
Ugh.
Which now I said that I want to watch it.
Yeah, me too. I think I really that's a show that I missed, man. Firefly was so fucking good.
It was, but we'll never see anything from it. He's doing some weird cop show called The Rookie.
Fuck him, dude. Fuck him. He's a piece of shit now. I feel bad.
No, not the director, the actor.
Oh. Yeah, no, he's cool. I'm talking about what's his name? Buffy's writer and director. I can't think of his fucking name.
God, I can't either. It doesn't matter. But we know.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck him in his stupid
With people screaming at us in their car right now. This is his name. Ah.
Probably, but I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay,
You guys know who he is. Go fucking, write me a letter. I don't give a fuck. Adam probably gonna listen to it and go, "You guys are fucking stupid." Yeah, I know. Whatever. I'll be lucky if I remember my own fucking name half the time. God damn it. So fuck it.
I know.
I don't know if you're familiar with a movie called The Legend of Boggy Creek about Bigfoot.
Vaguely.
Okay, well, it's a huge classic and it's a great film. It's actually coming to Blu-ray now.
Oh wow.
It's just a little announcement because I know there's a lot of horror film people that listen to our show and they really like that kind of stuff. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's very good. It's one of the better Bigfoot films.
That reminds me of two things I want to tell you about my trip. Marion, North Carolina. Was there, and speaking of the Bigfoot stuff, they have a Bigfoot festival.
Really?
It's really supposed to be cool. It's like I thought, I saw a little blurb about it. Then I looked it up, and I'm like, well, they people taking their Bigfoot seriously. They shut the whole damn town down for like 4 or 5 days. It's crazy. It's like the people pack from all over. And another thing related to that story is we went to the top of a mountain up in Pisgah National Forest. It was I think it was called just Cold Mountain. And I think it's like 6,585 feet high. It's very tall. So I get to the top of the mountain, and it's very tranquil, very serene. You're up there, you're looking at the other mountains around you, and you see some in the distance with snow-covered tips, and it's very humbling. Everything is so so much nature around you, and you're seeing waterfalls, and it's gorgeous. So I get out of the vehicle. Amy gets out of the vehicle. We're standing there in just silence. We're just taking it in, just really, really looking at it. And I noticed I see a pretty long section of a tree limb on the ground.
All right.
So I bend down and I pick up the tree limb. She hasn't noticed yet. I walk, and I'm walking to the edge of the edge of the cliff, right at the precipice. There's a tree just kind of coming out of the cliff, overlooking this huge steep valley. At that moment, she turns and looks at me as she gets ready to say something, probably something like, "You shouldn't be standing that close to a cliff." I take the tree limb and I crack it on the side of the tree and go, "Arr!" And I keep doing this really loud. It's echoing. And she says, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I said, you have to do knocks to call Yetis and Sasquatch. You're supposed to hit this. She goes, "You're such an idiot." She said this whole moment of peace, and you ruin it with slapping a tree against another tree.
Banging on shit, screaming at the top of your lungs.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I'm down with that.
We were cracking up at that point. The funny thing was, we're walking back to the car. I had the limb down. We got done laughing, and everything's fine. And it was getting quiet again. And all of a sudden, we hear this in the distance. Somebody else heard me doing it and did it themselves.
No, you're fucking kidding me, dude.
It was hysterical. So I'm hoping that's what it was. If not, we really just found a Yeti, or Sasquatch, should I say, in North Carolina. It just called back to me, which was very cool. So either way, I just wanted to get that out there. I thought that was an hysterical moment.
Dude, that is fucking priceless. That's only something that would happen to you.
we just could get over. It's like, it has to be another dude on another mountain doing the same thing back at me, because it's one of those things, unless you've seen those shows or watched those documentaries of those people running around the mountains cracking wood off the side of trees, you wouldn't know what the hell you were doing.
Right.
Go, what is that? But someone apparently figured it out, did it right back.
Dude, that is fucking great.
It'd be like doing an echo, like hello, hello, and then somebody echoing back, "How are you? How are you?"
Yeah. Like you would see those in them, or like when you scream, and then your scream answers you, like in the movies. Yeah, it's just fucking great.
Stop yelling! Oh shit!
Oh my god!
But anyway, back to what you were talking about.
The fuck was I talking about?
I don't know. I lost it.
See, so I don't even remember.
We were talking about.
I brought up Boggy Creek because.
That's what it was. We were talking about the movie.
Because that's coming out,
Well, I can't remember. I think I watched that a
I'm sure,
while ago.
dude. I'm 100% sure you've seen that. It's you into those kind of movies. I guarantee you watched it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I've always been involved in that stuff. And a matter of fact, when I came home, well, not last night, I sat down. I pulled up a bunch of documentaries and stuff, and on different different cryptozoology shit and stuff. I was watching that, and there's a TV show on the Science Channel called Mythical Beasts.
Yeah.
So I've been watching that. There's some pretty good stuff on that show. So I was watching that. It's a lot of like how this legend came to be type of stuff. And it's just interesting information. I like doing that.
That's fucking cool, man. I like watching documentaries and things like that, but I really have to find one that catches my interest. Like a lot of times, I'll sit back and watch one, and it's pretty fucking terrible. You know, like they get to these points where it's like, it's so fucking boring. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure you've seen some.
Yeah, I'm so bad with it that I'm actually, some of the stuff I watch is like classroom shit that's been documented by some guy with a GoPro.
Right. Yeah.
I'm watching lectures, on YouTube about all this shit, and I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. Or it's I'm an hour and a half into it. Oh, I disagree with you. I'm turning it off. So.
We did have an interesting death this past was it week? I think.
Who did we kill?
We didn't kill anybody, but the creator of SpongeBob died.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He's only 57, man. This is pretty young for a guy.
Yeah, that is very young. He wasn't it? Yeah, he was the creator of that, and he also was funny enough, and he was an artist first and foremost before he came up with the idea of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
And I have a piece of art of his, an original piece.
Oh, that's fucking cool, man.
I had for probably 15 plus years. I didn't even know who the guy was. I was just like, oh, this is weird. Yeah, I'll buy that. It was in a gallery. Amy's stuff was in the gallery. I was like, oh, that one's cool.
That's very, very cool, dude.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, cool. Maybe it'll be worth money now.
Probably is, actually. Now that he's gone, I'm sure it was. Yeah. I'm sure it was worth money since you just, you're pretty retarded about it.
Yeah, I just didn't know who the artist was. I just liked the subject matter, and it was kind of neat. It's weird. They're like strangely long, skinny people doing weird shit in the background. It's very bizarre art, but I like the colors, and I just felt like I liked the painting, so I bought it. I was probably drunk at the time.
I'm sure you were.
That's usually when I buy art. Is like, yeah, I'm at the gallery. Woo! All right, this is nice. I like the color blue.
Let's get it.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Blue is good. I just blew my money on this blue picture.
It's my blue period.
That's an Smurf having menstrual cycle.
Oh, that's a Smurf moment. Okay.
I did read this interesting article that actually I read it, and then I actually heard about it again on the radio. But the show Storage Wars?
Oh, I know where you're going. Yeah.
Where they buy shit and they buy storages. Well, somebody bought one and they found a safe in the storage, and it was $7.5 million in the safe. He paid $500 for the storage unit and made $7 million.
Here's the follow up. Do you know the follow up to the story?
I do. Go ahead and
okay.
You go ahead.
No, you tell me.
So the owner of the former owner of the storage unit contacts him and wants their money back, and I think he gave it back to them for like I can't remember the price tag that he gave. He took a good cut, like something along the lines of 600,000 maybe, or maybe a little less, and he gave the rest of the money back to them. Now, he was not obligated to do this. Now, my question to you, would you have given the money back to this person?
Fuck no. I wouldn't even told people I found it.
I have to admit to you right now that person would have gotten shit from me.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean,
you're not obligated. You bought this. This is your property. No matter what you find in there, it's yours. I don't give a shit who owned it before or what. No, they wouldn't get a goddamn thing from me.
I mean, how stupid was it for this guy to blab that he just found that type of money in a safe to start with?
Well, it was actually on the show, so it really couldn't. It was one of those things where it was broadcast.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
he couldn't help that.
Well, there might have been some creative licensing. They could have said, "I'm not showing this." Depending on there could have been a legal battle. But here's the follow up that I heard on it.
Okay, what you got? What you got? I'm excited.
Okay, it doesn't matter if he gave him that money back or not. The rest of the money's gone now too.
Really?
Because it was part of a robbery.
Wow! No shit.
Yeah. That's the reason why the guy had that much money hidden in the back of a storage locker in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Wow.
He was waiting on the time where he could go back and get it, but everybody else had been in jail at that time, and it had just sat there and sat there and sat there, and he finally got out a little bit too late, and the damn unit sold.
That's so nuts.
The money, from what I gather, has been now confiscated by the U.S. Treasury Department.
Wow.
So, and now they know who the guy was because he got some of his money back.
Yeah, so now the asshole is arrested. So, yeah.
And
America.
The guy that kept that money, even though he ended up spending some of the money that he kept, is now obligated to pay that money back to the U.S. Treasury Department because he spent stolen funds.
Well, that's bullshit.
You don't think this guy? I mean, come on. Who keeps that type of money in a locked safe in a storage unit? No one's on the up and up. First off, no one's keeping that type of loot hidden in a storage unit. That got it the right way.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So I mean,
I kind of look. I understand because my first thing was that dude robbed somebody.
Yeah.
That was my first thought.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, his bad, but still, I mean, you shouldn't have to pay that back because it was yours. You bought it.
Well, he should have right off the bat. He was obligated to, and the TV show would be in trouble for this too. When you find that type of money, just find that type of money, you're obligated to report it according to federal law to the U.S. Treasury Department to see if the serial numbers are, one, legit, two, or if there's money is stolen. If it is legit and not stolen, it is yours to keep.
Wow.
But if they go, that's one of 7 million bills that was stolen between two banks out of Canada, then you need to oh fuck. All right, well, that's international on top of it. So now I've got international issues.
All right.
That's
pretty crazy.
I know it kind of ruins the dream, doesn't it? Driving behind an armored
does.
car and the bag of money falls out and you get to keep it.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's like, man, fuck, man.
They got so many rules for shit, man. I think they make them up.
I think they do because they don't want to get rid of their money.
It's right. I bet you the guy wasn't even with the U.S. Treasury Department, just some dude in a suit, the fake ID. He says, I need to confiscate all that money. I'm with the Treasury Department. You suck ass. It's mine. I'm buying a car.
Nope.
Yeah, if a guy from the U.S. Treasury Department pulls up in your driveway after you find stuff and he's in a Datsun, don't give him shit.
It's Datsun. You said a Datsun.
I did, because it's an old piece of shit car.
God, that is a piece of shit car.
Datsun. For those out there in Radioland, a Datsun is now a Nissan.
And now you know.
Ta-da!
I got one more thing before we get out of here. I just actually come across this, actually. Fortnite addiction.
Oh, yes.
Did you see this? Like, the kids are being sent to rehab because they're addicted to a Fortnite game?
They would have done this 10 years ago with original Black Ops if they were around it or thinking about it.
I think it's pretty fucking stupid, to be honest with you.
It is really fucking stupid. Take control of your fucking lives and their lives and tell your kids to get off the fucking Xbox and go fucking play outside. Here's a stick and a ball. Enjoy.
The problem is now it's on everything. You can get Fortnite on your phone, on your tablet, on your fucking
you know what?
anus.
I tried playing it. I can't
stand it.
I think it's stupid. I'm like, really? And then you've got to your map is shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and you've got to get to the. I'm like, this is dumb. It takes you forever to find somebody to shoot.
That's like you like PUBG is the same way.
Yes, exactly. I finally played that. I'm like, all this is Fortnite.
Well, actually, PUBG was first, I believe.
Yes, you're right. It
and
was,
then
but it's
Fortnite
the same
came out.
Just like what is there? The Darwin Project is
Yeah.
another game.
Yeah, it's
It's
basically
the same game.
what Fortnite is to me is if you took PUBG and if you took Minecraft and you put them together and they said, look, this is a game for everybody. No, this is a game for shit. I don't want to dig up houses and yeah. Why would I want to collect wood while some motherfucker's shooting at me?
Yeah, I gotta collect wood. I need 2 more metals. I need 2 more metals so I can build a bridge to my fort that I've got to magically build at the same time and get my ass shot. Oh, really? That's no fucking fun. You know what's fun? Call of Duty. Those type of shooting games are freaking fun, where you actually can use the buildings that are already there in like a real life type of scenario and hide and crawl and cover, and those rules apply. In games like Fortnite, it's not about any of that. It's all about I can do a fancy dance. Look at me, I'm flossing. Look at this shit. That pisses me off every time I see someone doing it. And I know right now Adam's doing it in his car. He's going, I'm flossing. Because that's what he does. Love you. But
I don't think Adam flosses.
You don't think? I think everybody's flossing at this point. I tried doing it. I pulled something.
I can't do that shit. That's stupid.
I nailed myself in the balls. Flossing. It was not funny. I'm like, oh fuck, that's stupid. But it's another game to make money on. It's a game where in game you have to go to the store to buy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All the new Halloween costumes are out for your characters. Oh god, I gotta go buy the Halloween costume. I need to, instead of games where you used to go and play the game and you unlock skins for your weapons and different stuff like that and level up. It was rewards for leveling. This is I just got to buy the game for $80 and then I can spend another $80 and have everything I need. So you just spent $160 for a game. You think you have everything? No, you don't. Next month comes out another patch kit that you can download all this shit. You want special ammo? Here, you can buy it for $1.99 for 50 rounds. Fuck. What? This is just, it's a fucking pyramid scheme in the form of a video game.
You are correct, sir.
So yeah.
It's just dumb.
It's dumb. So you're out there, you're playing Fortnite, then you're dumb. If you're playing Fortnite when listening to the Metal Hand of God, you are not dumb.
No, you're
smart
not.
And you're a great multitasker.
That's right. Good job. Good job.
I'm flossing to you right now. I'm flossing right now.
You're a fucking weirdo. But anyway, so I just wanted to say also next week is our 500th episode, and we will be recording that soon.
Holy shit.
And also, we'll have some of the other, segments put up. I might have one at the end of this. So stick by and listen. There may be one at the end of this one. You might be surprised.
Could something be happening?
But anyway, so at the end of this, which is now, so if there is something after this, you'll be surprised. So will Rum. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We'll be doing this once a week until after the 500th, and we'll be back in action doing twice a week. So anyway, thank you guys for sticking around and enjoying our show. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wayne.
I'm the Rum Guy.
And remember, ladies, remember, gentlemen, to keep it metal, motherfucker. Yeah.
Straight from MHOG International Studios. From the land of hobbits and wizards, comes Englie news and other shit with MArt Flannagan.
Most everyone's mad.
Hi folks, I'm MArt Flannagan and welcome to the very first Englie news segment for the glorious MHOG podcast. Now I'm going to be bringing you the latest news from everyone's favourite medieval backwater country, the glorious United Kingdom. Now we're going to be having over the next few weeks a little mix of funny, serious and strange news from all across the country to give you folks in the States a little taste of what's happening here and now. So I'm going to dive in first with a little bit of everyone's favourite English jailbird, Charles Bronson. Now, some of you may have seen the movie Bronson, and that sort of touches on exactly how crazy this guy really can be. Now, this guy's spent 41 years behind the bars for his various crimes. He's been serving a life term for robbery and kidnap, meaning his release is at the discretion of the parole board. Now, he was given a discretion life sentence after taking a teacher who was basically criticised his artwork, and he took a teacher hostage and trashed a prison during a 2-day siege back in 1999. He only went to prison for 7 years initially for armed robbery in 1974, but he assaulted and kidnapped that many people while he was in the prison system that they won't release him. So basically, he was held at Wakefield Prison for pretty much the last decade. It's a Category A prison, and it's been called Monster Mansion in West Yorkshire, which is not that far away from where I am right now. And his parole was refused. So he's been locked up, banged away for a long time in a 15-foot cell. And he decided to go and do something a little bit silly. Basically, 6 officers in protective gear have to handle him because he's that much of a nutcase. They haven't got any handcuffs that can hold the guy yet. He's regularly known for snapping handcuffs. And they said every time they open the door, they've got to have 6 people there, which is pretty amazing. But recently, he's decided to go to a new jail and give the governor a little welcoming. So he was talking to the governor and decided to give him what he claimed was a gentle bear hug from a gigantic man like Bronson. I'm sure that prison governor was extremely happy with that. The security guy said that he allegedly lunged and tried to strangle him during a short walk to a shower. He was restrained and put back in his cell during a brief struggle. And the prison guy was manhandled but not shaken. But in a twist, Bronson was actually cleared by a jury for that crime for the very first time in his entire life of his gigantic prison sentence. So, that's a nice one. Next, we've got a little bit of a crazy one. Now, in Britain, we're not really known for cults, but a 45-year-old homeless guy named Jimmy Prout from Newcastle upon Tyne was taken off the streets and inducted into what I could only describe as being a cult. He was taken into the home of a guy called Zahid Saman, who was apparently a pillar of the local community. And over the next few months, he became what we can only really say is a servant or a lackey to him, and ended up being subjected to some seriously shocking stuff. He was repeatedly beaten, had his teeth knocked out with a chisel, even forced to eat one of his own testicles. Then, to cap it all off, was made to have sex with a dog. That is the wrong shit right there. He uploaded his pictures of his abuse onto Facebook, but never actually mentioned why it happened to anybody. So it was obviously a bit of a cry for help, but nothing ever came of it. People asked him, but his Facebook account was closed down mysteriously, which was obviously by Zahid Zaman. And eventually, the psychopath and his wife brutally killed him and left his body in a ditch to rot. You can't write shit like this for a movie, and this is in Newcastle upon Tyne. I mean, homeless people have been subjected to some crazy shit over the years. Some of them have been set on fire in their sleeping bags. Some have been thrown into the canals. But this is mental. And apparently, Zahid Zaman was known for working in soup kitchens, which is where he met Jimmy. And obviously he was preying on vulnerable people. So we're waiting for trial for him and his wife. And let's hope those people get some serious time. Right, I think to end today's segment, I'm going to finish off on a lighter and a little bit more local note. A few minutes walk away from the house where I grew up is the home of Captain Edward John Smith, who's the captain of a boat you may have heard of, the Titanic. Now, a mirror from his former home was passed down from a servant who got given it in lieu of wages, and it's been passed down throughout the family and is coming up for auction this week. Now, it is said that this mirror was possessed by the spirit of the captain, and as it's going up for auction, it's expected to fetch around £10,000, which is, I don't know, about $1 trillion. I don't even know how to do the conversion. It's said that on the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic, his spirit actually appears in the mirror, and whoever buys this supposedly haunted piece of memorabilia will get the chance to test it out next April, as it is the 107th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. Now, I don't know whether you guys believe in the supernatural or not, but let's face it, there's plenty of people out there who do believe in the supernatural, and they will pay silly money, especially with something this attached to such a large event in history. And it's quite cool that it's quite nice and local to me. I used to walk out of my house down the road towards the local shops and walk past his house with the little plaque that said Home of Edward John Smith on it. And let's face it, nothing else happens in England. Well, that about sums up my segment for now. Hope you've enjoyed listening to a little slice of what's happening this week in this sainted isle. So until next time, I'm MArt Flannagan, and this has been the Englie News. Now go listen to Barris for some more American idiocy. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
Adieu, adieu, parting is such sweet sorrow.
Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to mama.
Get the fuck out!
Okay then. That's it.